All right. I had not even heard of this guy before news came out that he got charged with attempted murder.
Oh, yikes.
When he was stopped at the side of the road for speeding, doing 55 and a 35. And apparently he lost his mind. He was arrested on March 15 after an officer spotted him driving his Jeep Wrangler about 55 miles in a 35. And I guess he took off, like he fled. Police said that after 8 miles, Conover, it took 8 miles for him to stop at the side of the road. He was probably refusing.
Oh, he stopped his car and then started driving again.
Oh, okay. Actually, my first inclination was right. The police officer was treated and released from the... so he...
Tried to run him over?
Yeah. He tried to fucking hit and run the police officer.
That's white privilege right there.
This guy is the prototype for white privilege.
Yeah.
This is him.
The archetype.
The ultimate archetype. This is him in prison.
I have everything right here and it's all been falsified.
Erik Conover had a lot to say before his arraignment this afternoon.
If anyone dares try to test my mental competence, I will eviscerate every single person with my intelligence right now. And that's not being egotistical.
Police.
What is it then if it's not egotistical? That's gaslighting.
I'm glad that you chose eviscerate, though. Nice word choice.
He's going to eviscerate us with his intelligence after he tried to fucking...
run over a cop.
Yeah.
Also, I would say that's less intelligence and he's more just verbose.
And being emotional.
Yeah.
He's emotionally spewing.
He's like, I can eviscerate you. And I was like, no, you just got good
situation.
But
Conover allegedly drove
I think you're a
him.
fucking idiot.
Yeah, you're just like a rich dork.
Another 28 miles.
Who knows words.
The paperwork
and
says
got
the
like
officer
broad shoulders and he looks like he's over 5'5".
Injury.
So he's just
Conover
he
is
just
facing
thinks he's the
several charges.
shit.
Oh, thank God, look at me.
Today in court, Conover was outspoken, claiming that he's a public figure because of his nearly 3 million subscribers.
Which gave him the right to hurt another human.
And go 55 in the 35.
In a potentially fatal way. He had such
He's not a peasant like the rest of us, is what he wants us to know.
Right, like he had such an ego trip over the fact that a cop had the nerve to pull him over for going 20 over.
I'm good looking. I'm white. I have money. America's supposed to work for me. You know what it's giving? It's giving my taxes pay your check, Mr. Officer.
This is a narcissistic injury to a T, bro.
Yeah.
On YouTube and saying this was part of a quote police sting against him.
All right.
Okay,
Eric.
Sting against him.
Eric. All right. They're here to help.
The state asks that he remains in.
Yeah, they're like, calm down, baby.
Okay, see.
Eric.
This is one of those cases where I think the gentle parenting has gone wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Where you're like, it's like mom's trying to cut up his steak for him right now. Eric, I know the mashed potatoes are touching the steak. If you give the plate back to mommy, though, I'll cut it up and I'll make sure that nothing is touching.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't want it. Could you imagine what's like dating that?
The state's position is that when a law enforcement officer...
Not good.
Not good.
He strikes me as like a Steven Crowder type. Never takes accountability, blames everything on everyone else.
Do you know what?
It's an absolute nightmare.
Do you know what I'm also getting?
What's up?
He dates plain women.
Okay.
No. In the sense that the narcissist doesn't want to date.
Someone on
somebody
their level.
That's like
if they're
on
a 9,
their level.
Yeah, they
want a solid 6 or 7 that they could pin under their thumb.
That's 100%
the person's like
right.
thin, white, and like very average looking though. There's nothing like striking or beautiful because they need to use that extra.
They want to be the alpha.
Yeah.
You make a very compelling point.
Yeah.
Signals for you to pull over and stop.
He doesn't like baddies, but
you should do so.
He has had a chance to review the police reports in this matter and denies these allegations. He does not agree with the reports as that they are stated.
The defense asked.
Big fucking surprise that he doesn't agree with the prosecution.
Released, saying he's not a threat to the public and has no criminal record. Police say he was arrested Friday night for a separate drunk driving charge.
I love it when someone commits a crime and their reason and the way they try to get out of it is like, I've never committed a crime. Okay, but you just did, so that doesn't matter. It's like you're just playing word games, bro.
But I've never been caught before.
Yeah, that's right.
Which Conover denies.
I normally cheat all the time.
1,558 days. So to press me on a DUI, I'm a public figure.
The judge did.
Oh my God, this guy's insufferable. Let's check out his
actual content. He's got how many followers?
Under 3 million. He probably lost 20K since this attempted murder charge.
We're giving him views.
Oh my God. Is this guy teaching young white men how to be rich? Like how to live like a rich?
One of
Is
the
that what's
last
going
great
on?
monuments of a family that once ruled American high society. Before Cornelius Vanderbilt,
There's enough.
wealth
There's
was
too
never
many
the
drone
end game.
shots happening here. You can only give me 1 to 2 drone shots per minute, man.
Also, I like how his middle name is Van, and he's talking about a rich family called the Vanderbilts.
Yeah.
Do you think he made up Van as a middle name just to appear richer than he actually is?
Waspier and wealthier.
I'm not. Van very well could be his middle name, but
Sure.
it's just an interesting coincidence.
I think it's definitely, there's something about him that reeks of middle management, trying to be the upper crust.
I don't know. He might just be in the upper crust.
Yeah?
I mean, let's check out his net worth.
I want to check out his family's net worth.
Yeah, he has somewhere between $1 million and $5 million.
Yeah, but a lot of YouTubers can amass that kind of wealth.
Well, I don't know if the internet's going to tell us his parents' net worth because they're not public figures. So let's just push forward. Mansion stats.
It was
let's
the
go.
foundation for something much larger.
You don't think it's cornball though?
Oh, totally. This whole thing is a propaganda piece for like rich people can do no wrong, basically. They're awesome by default because they're rich. Isn't that the meta message of this?
Yeah, but you're not getting the vibes that he's bootlicking?
He's
You're-
totally bootlicking. Of course I'm getting those vibes. This is bootlickery. That's what this is.
Yeah. That's what I was
Oh, yeah.
aiming at.
Oh, yeah.
Over
And it's like-
130,000 square feet, 70 rooms, 33 bedrooms, 20 bathrooms, 27 fireplaces, 5 floors, including the basement and tunnels, and 13 acres of prime Newport real estate.
Sorry, I know. I was trying to say I'm not going to use the word hate.
So what feeling is it giving you besides hate?
I'm gonna-
Disgust,
it's-
disdain,
Yeah,
contempt.
I have contempt for the music in the background. I don't like the way it's edited much either.
I don't like anything about what it's doing. And when I say that, I'm not saying it to be boring and bland. I'm saying I don't like the music choice. I don't like the color palette that they've chose. I don't like there's so many drone shots. I don't like
The drone shot, yeah.
Dick writing for this is supposed to
For
be
the
like
elite.
a historical thing where he's like bragging on a piece of estate that doesn't belong to him.
I see what you're saying about middle management in that he's trying to protect the ruling class is kind of the vibe, right?
Yeah, and he's trying to glamorize it. Whereas I feel like if you were from a wealthy family like that, you would downplay it. Or if you were like that, you wouldn't make a YouTube channel out of it. Or if you did, you would be adding more to
Well,
it.
his channel's about touring mansions. That's what it is.
Okay.
He
That-
tours
that's-
different estates and stuff.
That's his whole channel?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the point of it.
Okay. He considers himself a public figure for doing that? Okay.
Well, he has almost 3 million subs. Yeah,
Okay.
that's a public figure.
Okay.
You have to realize that in today's age, public figure is anywhere from A-list to Z-list. And 3 million subs, that person is famous to his following. But it just doesn't work like it used to. Most people don't know who Erik Van Conover is.
Yeah.
I didn't know who Erik Van
Had
Conover
no idea until he did this.
But I didn't know who Boogie with a hoodie. With the hoodie? Did I say
Boogie with the hoodie.
I didn't know who that was until last week, I think.
Yeah, makes sense. There's just so many
It's just-
people.
it's
There's so
just
many
so-
followers.
Right. There's so much
Currency and clout work differently than they used to.
Right.
It's because we don't have 3 channels anymore.
Exactly. We're getting splintered.
It uses dramatic music throughout the entire thing.
Oh, yeah. The whole thing's dramatic. I mean, it is beautifully shot. I just don't like...
So the price of this house has been estimated on the conservative
like you said,
side
like the
at just
drone.
about $500
Too much
million.
drone.
Too much drone.
Now, to get that figure, the land itself, they say, is worth just about $78 million. Again, that's 13 acres of prime Newport oceanfront land. The house itself, right behind me, this behemoth colossal structure, they say is worth just around $313 million. And to top it off, all the art and furnishings inside the house, they say is worth right around $78.
I mean, this whole channel is devoted to billionaires. I'm just gonna go back. See, this is I just chose the thumbnail that said 500 million because that's a lot of fucking money. And I think it's the biggest number I see on all this so far. I'm inside a billionaire's $80 million mansion.
Isn't that the one the most expensive right there?
This one's
No, but
218 million, Florida.
no, there was the one before that, I thought.
Oh, this touring the most expensive house in the world. Yeah, I didn't see that.
What are you talking about? That's the most expensive one. Okay. Where do you think it is? It's obviously in Europe somewhere.
Probably Europe somewhere.
The top out-of-sight class. Those with
Oh, is there a
immense
I
wealth
love
who
hedge
live in
maze.
private luxury, barely glimpsed by the average civilian. This is old money that echoes across generations, weaving the fabric of our collective.
He talks like such a douchebag, weaving the fabric of our inner.
A regular civilian would never see that. That's what's giving middle management about it.
You're right. I'm seeing your point more and more every day.
He's trying to talk to the peasants like he is on that level. When I'm like, no, you're a YouTuber touring the estate, which means you still have money. It's not that you're poor, but he's not nearly on the same level as whoever owns that property.
I don't think he's making the case that he is.
I don't think he is. What I'm saying is he's trying to portray himself to people that don't know or have that awareness that he is.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it middle management.
Yeah, it's like people who rent cars, but they say they own it.
Yeah.
Or they rent the PJ, but they say it's their PJ.
And it's somebody who can never afford to own a PJ or even rent a car like that. He's not fooling everybody, but he is fooling somebody who's never rode in a Lamborghini. And that's what's middle management about it. It's a very special type of douchebag. Because anybody that is on that level is not doing YouTube tours of their estate. They're not personally doing it. They're allowing somebody else to come in that has, that's worth, $3 or $5 million to come in and do a YouTube video about it. But they're not. They don't have their number listed anywhere. You don't know who they are. They're not telling you, hey, I'm a target. Come steal me and hold me for ransom. You're the entertainer in the entertainment class.
When you put all these puzzle pieces together, it's very obvious that he committed the crime and he doesn't want to take responsibility.
No, yeah. I have 3 million subscribers, and therefore you are a peasant cop, and I will not be bothered. Do you know what kind of houses and real estates I get to review? Places a civilian like you've never even seen. I'm eating sandwiches that you never heard of and parks you never been to. Is what it's giving. Like, okay, I'm glad you got it out the mud, but I don't think you were really in the mud. You're just always in that. It's just too try-hardy. I don't care what class you are in, what socioeconomic background you have. Being a try-hard is never a good look. Be humble, be kind, be grateful.
I agree. The question is he aware of his douchebaggery or not?
I think he is, and I think he doesn't care because he thinks that he's entitled to be a douchebag.
Got it.
He thinks he deserves to be a douchebag because he does think he's better.
Like peasants are the ones who should be convicted of crimes, not higher societies like me.
And here's the thing, he's not wrong. He sees how money works, right? And oftentimes people with money, if it's a
pay
crime,
your way out of the crime,
exactly.
yeah.
If it's a crime that's payable by a fine, it's only a crime for the poor. Then, otherwise, it's just the ticket you pay. Whatever. Who cares? If a $400 parking ticket isn't a big deal to you, you can park wherever you want in the city. I love the architecture. I love the art. I love the gardens. It's very beautiful. Oh my God! Can they just have one regular shot? Do we have to constantly be doing the drone? I don't think there's any shot in this that they film with just like a fucking camera right up to this man. It's constantly a drone shot. I get it. The whole point is to show the properties, but I just want one shot of it not being a drone. Okay, I guess some of these are technically not drone. This is it's 90% shot by a drone.
It's ridiculous.
It's bothersome.
That's a beautiful I love here's a positive thing I'll say about this. I love the colors. The colors are delicious. Am I allowed to say delicious in this context?
Sure you can.
Just about the colors.
I just don't think the color, I don't think the color, it's just HD drone shot.
Yeah.
On a nice day. I don't think they did anything particularly artistic to get that.
I don't think I'm allowed to eat on this table. It's fucking up my steez.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's okay.
Is it fucking everything up?
It's all right. I'll just eat it like that.
Okay.
All right. I've had enough of this guy.
Yeah. Is he too much for you?
Throw him in the fucking.
I want to see more
trash
of his.
disposal.
I am definitely more curious about his court hearing because he's crying in it. He's yelling.
He's just having a mental narcissistic breakdown.
Yeah, he's having a public mentee B.
Very ubiquitous to narcissism. That's all it is.
I know that narcissists do this, but to me, it seems so counterproductive to the narcissist. If your image, I see them do it often, but it seems so counterproductive. If you're so worried about your appearance and how people view you,
he's not in that state. He's in a survival state. That's why he's like, I'll fucking outsmart you, bro.
Yeah.
with
yeah.
words and IQ.
I guess it's just not very calculated. I think if you're so worried about your image and like how you're perceived and looking like a cool guy, that you would probably not do that. But I guess that's not how it works. I guess I'm not a narcissist.
No. You're not a full-blown narcissist? No.